Right, let's move on with innovation in the dairy sector in Egypt. I would like to leave the floor to Mr. Mohamed El Damaty, the CEO of Domty, Egypt.
So, good morning, everyone. I would like to first thank the CLAL team and Mr. Angelo for having me here. I will present a case study from Egypt. I don't know, many of you, of course, don't know about Egypt too much, and how the innovation in the dairy sector led to a huge growth in the last 5 or 6 years. My name first is El Damaty. As I said, I'm the CEO of Domty. Domty is one of the leading dairy players in the Middle East. I will give you some brief summary on the Egyptian market at the beginning. Our population is 80 million. We have 51-49 split between males and females. The growth rate of population is around 2%. We have a GDP per capita around $3,300 US per year. And $62 billion US of consumer spending, which is, of course, a high rate. This slide is very important. The split of the population per segment. We have what we call the A and B segment in Egypt is 27%, which is above $8 per day. 49% at $8 per day, and below $2 are 24%, which is, of course, the D class in Egypt. Of course, we have a lot of challenges in Egypt. Illiteracy rate is high. We have a high inflation rate. We have high unemployment rate around 13%. Of course, we're having a better political stability. I know we had 2 revolutions in the last 4 years. We have a better infrastructure now and a better legal and regulatory laws to be implemented in the next period. The consumer spending in Egypt, for the 72%, which is the C and D, they spend 54% of their income on food. And this is going up from 43% in 2013. The food spending, the 9% of the 54% is on the dairy products. White cheese in Egypt, it's something like the feta cheese in the outcome of the product, but it's soft in texture and with high salt concentrate. It's around 30% of the dairy market in Egypt. This is the loose version of the white cheese in Egypt historically. It was used to be done or produced at home and then in small laboratories and small factories. The white cheese consumption in Egypt is around $400 to $500 million per year. It's growing by 20% per annum. We're mainly using now vegetable oil in producing the white cheese, and that's why it's giving more price advantage for the consumer, and that's why it's growing very fast in Egypt. We as Domty were established in 1990. We're the largest white cheese producer in Egypt, and we are the biggest Tetra Pak technology producers in the world in cheese. We were the first in the white cheese industry in Egypt to shift it from this loose form to the Tetra Pak technology in late 90s. And this made a huge growth because Tetra Pak technology, of course, offers more safety for the consumer. It offers more variety of products. It offers also more or longer shelf life for the product. And this is very important for the Egyptian market, as we have very hot weather that cannot accommodate with the normal cheese we have. In 2007, we started the technology of Tetra Pak in mainly two sizes, which is the 500 and 250 grams. 2008, we started putting new flavors in the cheese. So we've put olives as a new innovation, and it was a big hit. 2010, we've put a price point with the 125, which is to cater the lower segment of the Egyptian population. Same year, we've introduced a fighter brand with less protein concentrate, so we can take a more price and give more price advantage for the consumer. We went down again to 80 grams, which is mainly for catering and for the big army and the Ministry of Interior. 2014, we went upsize to 1 kilogram, which is for the family packs. 2015, we put TFA, which is a tetrafino pack, a spreadable cheese, which is 70 grams, and a new shape of the 500 gram slim. All these innovation made the market share of the company increase from 5% in 2009 to 33% now in 2015. We're now the biggest white cheese producer in the world. We have more than 100 SKUs in the white cheese category. We're catering all the segments of the Egyptian population. What I'm trying here to say is that before our entry with Tetra Pak technology, the white cheese in Egypt was stagnant. The growth rate was 2% or 3% per year. But what we've offered with Tetra Pak technology and with giving more better texture for the consumer and giving them more innovation and more handy sizes made a huge growth of more than 20% per annum or even 50% in 1 year, which was 2012. To calculate that in the number of packs, we started with 40 million packs in 2009. We're now producing 450 million packs of white cheese in 2014 and aiming to reach around 700 million in 2016. On the tons level, we started from 20,000 tons per annum to now we've reached more than 100,000 tons per annum. So that's simply it, and I thank all the CLAL team and everyone here. Thank you.
Grazie. Io avrei una domanda.
Well, thank you very much. I have a question. The question about the agreement between Juhayna and Arla for the distribution of dairy products in Egypt. How do you judge this agreement? Another question. I think there is room for the growth of spreadable cheese rather than for hard cheese in Egypt.
The Arla Juhayna joint venture, of course, with the huge growth we're having in Egypt, all the big multinational players started to come and explore the market in the last 3 or 4 years. Arla failed to make any acquisition on any of the players in the Egyptian market. So I think they've made the right choice to have a local partner like Juhayna. Juhayna is the biggest dairy player in Egypt. I think it's not the perfect match for them to start a joint venture with a 49-51 control, but again, this is the most suitable at that time. There are no many chances, they don't have any chances to have acquired a player in the market. So they felt like having a local player, it would be more beneficial for them. So I think it's a good thing for them. On the other level, the spreadable cheese, it's all about the cost. Again, all the Egyptian population, as you've seen in the slide of the segmentation of the economical level of the Egyptians, as much as the cheese spreads, it's better for the consumer, so it makes more sandwiches for them. So this is a different perspective of the consumer. So when we advertise our cheese, we say that whenever it spreads more, it's better for them. So again, the semi-hard cheese in Egypt is growing, but not as fast as the spreadable cheese or the white cheese in Egypt.
Now, do we have any question from the floor?
For this white cheese, is this locally produced milk or imported raw materials like concentrates or milk powders? And from which animal types?
Okay. The growth we've had in the last 5 or 6 years was mainly driven by importing milk powders from European Union, from New Zealand, and from the States. Mainly, we have 20% of our consumptions, which is local raw milk, and all other are milk powders and milk protein concentrates from Europe and from the States and from New Zealand. And other than that, vegetable oils are mainly coming from Malaysia and from Indonesia.
Now, Angelo Rossi asked me consumption of butter in Egypt.
Consumption of butter in Egypt, it's not as growing as vegetable oils because, again, the price component is a big problem. I will tell you something for the white cheese. The white cheese using butter or using fresh milk without vegetable oils are around 5 to 8% of the total white cheese market. On the other side, we have a business of processed cheese, which has more butter ingredients than the white cheese, but still also the vegetable oil are growing more than the butter ingredients. It's all about the costs in Egypt, you know. It's mainly.
Any other question? No. If there are no other questions, I'd like to thank Mohamed Damaty for being here with us. Thank you very much.